coming in, John.
Yeah.
You would, I'm gonna go through the consent form
Yep.
and have you sign it then. So 15-minute art therapy session. Of course, your information, John Gassick, friend, affiliation, Medford, Wisconsin. Phone number, purpose of the project, practice active listening and client engagement skills. So about 15 minutes of working with art materials, engaging in conversation. Risks, of course, are a possibility of bringing up difficult emotions. Benefits are laughter and a listening ear. Any compensation? None. Your participation in this project is voluntary. It's up to you to decide whether or not to take part in this project. If you decide to take part in it, you'll be asked to sign this consent form, and after you sign the form, you're still free to withdraw at any time without giving a reason. Withdrawing from this project will not affect the relationship you have, if any, with me. If you withdraw from the project before data collection is completed, your data will be returned to you or destroyed. So if you would sign, if you read all that, sign participant and date, please. Awesome. Okay, so what we have up for us today, you chose, of course, just for the video, chose the same material. We changed it up a little bit. We went to compressed charcoal instead of soft charcoal, and we had some pink paper laying around. So, all right, so today, what I'd like you to do, if you remember last time we did you standing in a rainstorm, so today I'd like you to draw a happy experience you've recently experienced. So like a visual representation of the event and the feelings and the joy.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So we started serving food.
Yeah, this was my first week kind of doing that.
How'd it go?
Pretty good. It wasn't as busy as I thought it was gonna be, but you know, good enough.
Yeah. Not too overwhelming.
No, not quite yet.
That's good. I'm sure there'll be a point where you'll remember that and appreciate how slow it was for a minute.
Yeah.
And you open at 11 now, right?
Yeah, 11 to 7.
Awesome.
So that's kind of nice, you know?
Yes. Yeah, I think we might be in this week.
Yeah, awesome. It's good.
And you have a vegetarian.
Which is my favorite, actually.
How do you find the material compared to the other?
Well, it's a lot stiffer,
Yeah.
which I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay. Still gives you some smearing qualities.
Yeah.
Okay. Any book sales yet?
Oh yeah, lots of book sales.
That's awesome.
So that's been going pretty good. I actually need to order some more.
That's a great problem to have.
Yeah.
Has the musician moved into her space at the Yucca Club yet?
Oh yeah, she's been up there for a while, and it's good for her because I feel like she, at first I think she was having a kind of a harder time and not quite knowing what to do with clients and stuff, because she only had one, you know, to begin with, but it has since expanded for her too, so she has several clients now,
Nice.
which is great.
That is fantastic. I like this. I see where you're going with this. Things getting any better with kid stuff?
No, they're getting worse.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Holly had an experience now where a group of, she's only in 3rd grade,
Yeah.
but a group of kids kind of came up to her, and the leader of the group was like, yeah, your family doesn't belong here. Like, yeah, your parents are fags and butt fuckers and assholes, and they're dirty people who kidnap kids.
God.
Yeah.
This is at the elementary level.
Yeah, 3rd grade. Yeah, so
Oh.
we'll have a talk with them eventually.
Yeah. And this happened.
Friday.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
And the other kids, what are the ages around her? Are they in?
They're all about 9-ish, 9 years old.
Right. No, but I mean your kids. Are they?
Mm.
Because you have a couple in the elementary level, right?
Yeah, well, Ben right now.
Yeah.
And then Alyssa's in middle school, and so, so middle school, high school, elementary school, they've all had kind of similar things happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. I mean, is this happening to more people than just you guys? I mean, it's not like.
I don't know. I don't know if it happens, to other kids or not.
I mean, it doesn't help, but I'm just curious, like. And how does it spread into these different ages of kids, and is it just that hatred happens to be at those levels?
I guess. I mean, it's just like the, I don't know, it's like what they're hearing from their parents, and et cetera, and they feel that they can just blurt it out to anybody.
Right.
So, I think other people have had like similar experiences with, with like with, race and ethnicity, from what I understand.
Okay.
But yeah.
And where'd you hear this from? Like other, like actually people? of
My
color?
kids, like,
Yeah.
who've heard things from others and,
Sure.
stuff like that, so.
'Cause I can't imagine there's too many black families that attend here, right?
Not too many. There's people,
Yeah. I
but-
mean, it's getting to be a bigger melting pot.
Mhm.
A lot of Mexican families.
And lots of Hispanic families. I mean, there's kids who don't speak English in their classes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've had those kids before. Those are fun to figure out.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, they didn't tell you, or they didn't tell me either. So it was.
Oh, they didn't even tell you?
I figured it out, and I started using my app on my phone to
Oh,
communicate.
they didn't even tell you?
No, I missed.
Do you think that would be
I missed
important?
it somewhere. Somewhere I missed it, I guess. But
You'd think.
yeah,
You know?
You would think.
You'd think they'd say something.
It's kind of important. Well, I mean, I guess out of all this, right? What are we teaching your kids? That they're gonna deal with this garbage, and it's
Yep, pretty much.
make it tough, make them tough.
Yeah, to
Maybe.
make them, I don't know, just so that they understand that, there's gonna be adversity out there, and you gotta try and navigate that somehow,
Right.
and people who say bullshit like that, might say they're your friend, but they're not your friend.
Right.
which is that same thing is echoed for me since being here.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, it's a very conservative place, huh? It's interesting though, so I had a young man, 8th grader, who was giving these two girls crap in my class that they're dating,
Mm-hmm.
and just having a connection about it. I'm like, why does it matter? Why do you care what they do? So what, they're hugging, I don't care. And he's going on and on about it. I'm like, I don't understand. What's the problem with, I said, it doesn't affect you.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, well, the only good ones are my uncles. I go, and I stopped in my tracks. I'm like, are you kidding me?
What'd he say?
The only good homosexual people are my uncles. And I'm like, hold on a second. So you have a problem with these two young girls, but you don't have a problem with your uncles. I said, explain that to me, please.
Yeah.
Well, they're too young. They shouldn't be doing that. And they like, blah, blah. They shouldn't be doing it here. I'm like, okay. I said, they're hugging. She has her head on her shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever they do, they're not gonna hurt each other or hurt you, so what's the problem?
Yeah.
I
Right.
mean, it's like, I couldn't understand the thought process behind that.
Yeah, that's an interesting one too.
Yeah, like that one shocked me. When you
Yeah.
said that, I was like, what? Repeat that for me again,
Right.
sir? Oh, I don't know.
Well, I just kind of figured, I was just kind of figuring that, these people know someone, have a family member, a friend, or someone
Absolutely.
who's queer or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I would love to know what's going on and what we're thinking.
Well, this all has to do with prickly pear.
Yeah.
Got the vino, the food. These are the Red Hat ladies. They were my first customers, so I made a whole bunch of food for them.
Nice.
They all had a good time and they liked it. So I think it's kind of like a affirmation. I'm still kind of going in the right direction, I guess.
Yeah. I don't see any books in the picture.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying the bar and the food part of it?
Yeah, I think the food part of it kind of took forefront this past week.
Yeah,
That was the big thing.
absolutely. Being it's large, it's very large.
Yeah. And this week though, I do need to order some books.
Yeah.
Is the next big thing.
Well, that's got to be kind of the cool part. Is maybe the lack of books on that painting or drawing is kind of a nice thing that happens on the side that you don't really have to think about. Besides,
Yeah, it's not
Once
something
you
I have to like. What's nice about the books is I don't have to make them.
Yeah.
I don't have to make them. I just put them on the shelf.
yes,
I mean, there's lots of other stuff that goes along with, but
yeah,
I mean, it's easy. People just go grab a book that they like or want to read, and then they're good.
yeah. So now, do you have just books for sale, or are there?
Books for sale. Yeah.
So you don't have people coming in and reading or anything?
Not yet. Well, I mean, there's one person. I mean, people can come in and read if they want.
Yeah,
That's totally cool.
yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. But nobody's quite done that yet. So, I mean, well, one person did a long time ago, just very briefly, but.
Okay. Awesome. How did you feel about the material in the end then?
I kind of like it. I do like that it's a little stiffer,
Yeah,
a little firmer, so you get better lines, I think.
right? A little bit more maybe control.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of nice.
Did you feel it smeared or smudged?
It does. Not
Sure.
as like,
Or was-
not as much as like the softer charcoal.
Okay.
Which, I don't know, kind of go back and forth. Like, this is great, these are great for harder lines, but I like the softer stuff because you can smear it all over the place and make a mess.
Yeah. Yeah, and I noticed that. Like you could hear the difference between smearing here and smearing here.
Mhm.
The pressure you use to
Yeah.
have to dig into that. Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. I think that's about it.
Okay, cool.
15 minutes goes fast when we're having a good conversation.
Yeah,
So
it does.
I think that's it too, as far as what I needed, 2 sessions.
Awesome.
Yeah, I might have to get a hold of you though for maybe using some of your kids.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
have, and maybe you again as well, or maybe I'll use Doug